everyone, it's Kathy, and welcome back to another Sunday Praise at Kathy's Happy Home. And today we're going to talk about being trained. I imagine you wanted to get better at something like sports or singing or crafts or playing a game. What would you do? What would you do to make yourself better? Well, for one thing, you'd practice. And the more you did this activity, the better you would become. You train to improve and to grow. Well, that's exactly what Jesus does with us. He trains us. Um, he trains us to be more like Him and to do the work that He calls us to do. Well, one day Jesus gathered His disciples, and after teaching them for a while, He sent them out on their first mission. Jesus gave them power and authority to heal the sick, drive out demons, and share the good news. But before sending them, Jesus had spent some time training them. He taught them, he prepared them, and he gave them everything that they would need to do the job. The disciples didn't know everything right away, just like we don't know everything right away when we're learning something new. But he kept talking to them, and step by step, they learned and grew. Jesus also told a story to teach us about using the gifts that he gives us. In the parable of the talents, a master gave three of his servants different amounts of money, called talents. And before going on a journey, he gave one 10 talents, one 5 talents, and one 2 talents, and told them to use them to serve him. Well, two of the servants used what they were given wisely, and they earned more. But the third servant was afraid that he might lose his, so he took and dug a hole and buried it in the ground and did nothing with it. Well, when the master came back, he said to the first servant, I gave you 5 talents. I gave you 10 talents, and what did you do with it? And the servant said, well, I invested it, and here, I earned 10 more talents. And the master was very pleased with him. And he said to the second servant, well, I gave you 5 talents. What did you do? And he said, well, I went and I bought some things and sold them, and I earned 5 more talents. And the master was very pleased with him also. And then he came to the third servant, and he said, I gave you 2 talents. What did you do with them? And he said, well, I was afraid I'd lose it, so I buried it. But here's your 2 talents back, master. Well, the master was not pleased with that. And he said to him that you wasted your opportunity. And just like the master in the story gave his servant talents to use wisely, God gives each of us gifts and abilities, and he wants us to use them wisely and not hide them. We all have gifts we can use. Sometimes we don't think we do, but we can all pray for others. It doesn't take much to pray for someone, just a little bit of your time. And we can all be kind. It doesn't take anything at all, any effort at all to be kind to someone, does it? So think about what gift you might have. Maybe it's just giving someone a phone call or visiting someone in the hospital. There's always something that we can do for someone else. Might be baking a pie or talking to some children. It doesn't matter. Whatever we're good at, God expects us to use it for him. When we practice using our gifts, whether it's helping others, singing, art, or some other thing, we grow and get better at serving God, just like the disciples did when Jesus trained them. So what does this mean for us? Just like athletes or musicians need training, we need spiritual training to grow in our faith. This training helps us become more like Jesus. We can practice by praying, reading the Bible, helping others, and spending time with God. As we do these things, we grow stronger in our faith and more ready to do the work God has for us. Let's think about something that we can do for God this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back next Sunday with another Sunday Praise.